This right here is the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P. P because of this little tracker bit on the bottom here. Now, I made a video on this gimbal and DJI liked it. And they said, hey, would you make a beginner's guide on the Osmo Mobile 7P, which I kind of laughed about because it's so simple to set up. I could teach it to you in like maybe 2 minutes. So today we are gonna do a quick start guide on the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P. And then also I'm gonna answer some of your guys' questions from the first video. A big one being about this microphone, the DJI Mic 2 at launch. It did not work with this gimbal. Does it work now? Stay tuned and I will answer that and more. Okay, let's do the quick start guide first. Again, incredibly simple to get this gimbal set up. When you first get the gimbal, it will be nice and folded up like so. Your phone won't be in it. You will get the magnetic mount that clamps onto your phone, and then we'll hook into this. You will get the little tracking module. You'll get this cable, I think a charging cable, and even a bag. And then you get the gimbal itself. And you'll see right now it is turned off. We want to mount our phone while it's still turned off. So when you open it, it is going to turn on automatically. Now that is really helpful later, but for right now, we are gonna hold the M button, which is also the power button. Let's get those tripod feet popped out and let's get this onto our phone. All we gotta do, make sure the little communication bits are pointed up. And then we want to kind of center this nicely on our phone. And then we just magnet it on. Now we are going to balance our phone horizontally before we turn on the gimbal. This is like a huge key to getting one, like the best results out of this gimbal, but also getting the longest battery life. The more stress that you're putting on the motors, the less battery life you get. So we are going to, with the gimbal completely turned off, I'm going to put my phone like this and then let it go. And it fell to the left. That means that when I go back up, I need to scoot my phone within the magnetic clamp. So the clamp is too low on my phone. I need to scoot my phone this way so it's more centered. I'm gonna balance it again. Now I let go. Ooh, it leans like the tiniest bit, but I would tell you, I'm pretty happy with that. That's fairly balanced. That's about perfect. It's not gonna get much better than that. And if you know that you're gonna use the tracker right away, let's just go ahead and click that on. I'm going to click it on in the forward alignment, but if you're going to use the front facing camera, you just press the unlock button, pull this off, turn it around, and put it facing yourself. Again, I am going to put it as if I am filming other people. So let's go ahead and use that M button again, which is the mode button, but we're gonna also use that to turn on the gimbal. And she's on. And right away, like you have beautiful, perfectly stable footage. You don't really have to do anything else beyond this to get going and filming. Oh, except plug in the cable. If you want to use audio from the tracker, I want to plug this cable in here and this cable in here. And now I can sync either the DJI Mic 2s or another microphone to this tracking module as the receiver, the audio receiver, and that will automatically pipe it into my phone as an audio device. Okay, let's go over the modes of this gimbal. This is probably like the main thing you need to know. Turn a gimbal on, set it up, balance it, and then what the modes mean. So the first mode that we are in is called follow mode. It has kind of looks like a little spinny globy thing. Now, basically what this means in follow mode is it's going to follow the tilt of my hand. So if I tilt my hand left, it looks left. If I tilt my hand right, it looks right. If I tilt my hand up, it looks up. If I tilt my hand down, it looks down. And follow mode is cool. I see a lot of people using it. It is not the mode though that I use most. What I use most is if I press the M button one more time, and now we are in tilt lock mode. In this mode, it's considered like the more cinematic mode because now if I move my hand up or down, it does not look up and it does not look down. Now I can use the joystick to adjust my tilt. Like let's say I was like look up. Now I'm looked up more. Maybe I'm filming something cool that's above me. I tilt up. Now that new lock is still locked. So if I'm walking along, if I'm moving and my hand starts tilting down or it starts tilting up, I'm not gonna lose that tilt. The gimbal isn't gonna follow this way at all. It will still follow left and right, but it will not tilt. The tilt is locked. Now that is I think it's the best mode. There is a bonus mode we're gonna talk about though, that also is really helpful. One more time with the button there. Now we are in FPV mode. Check this out. Now if I look at this, FPV is like super follow mode. And we'll talk about how we adjust the speed settings, but it's like you're like really following something and you kind of want to give that like perspective, the FPV look. Look, I've never used FPV mode. I don't know who uses it, but someone. Okay, this last mode, again, there's a bonus mode, but this last mode is called Spin Shot. And how Spin Shot works is I use the joystick, you know, like, what was that movie? Oh, Inception. You know, Inception, where like the whole world spins, like you get that kind of like, it's moving forward as the world is spinning. Again, I do not like this shot, but it can do it if you want to do it. So now I'm in Spin Shot mode. I'm going to use the joystick. I'm going to press all the way left, or I guess you could start all the way right. And what I do is I go to the end point. So this is as far as the gimbal will go right here. We are recording. And as I'm going to walk forward, now I'm going to push the joystick to the right. And it's going to slowly spin the shot. Oh, it makes me want to vomit just looking at the screen. And then it reaches the end point over there. Again, 2 clicks to get us all the way back home. Okay, let's get to that bonus mode. Now this is probably the thing that I use most on this gimbal. Let's press the M button. I'll go to tilt lock, but it doesn't matter. Any of these modes that you're in, you can do this. That little trigger right there, when I press it and I hold it, it will lock the gimbal wherever it is currently. So let's say I'm just like, hey, I wanna like walk forward and I don't want any of this. I don't want anything. I just want it to be locked off, looking at what I'm looking at and walking towards. I'm going to press and hold the trigger. And once I do, the gimbal is completely locked off. This is like full lock mode. So if I'm gonna walk towards you, even if I'm walking in follow mode, my wrist might turn and I might kind of get a little bit of turn in the shot. I don't want that at all. I wanna look at you, get my shot lined up perfectly, press and hold, and then walk towards you. And no matter what my hand does, I want the camera locked off on that angle. Again, it holds in place no matter what I do, the camera stays locked on in exactly the position that I want it in. So lots that you can do here. Now, we can connect to the DJI Mimo app, and in the Mimo app, there is a ton of features. I'm not gonna go through all of them today. Again, this is a quick start guide. We're just getting you going using this gimbal, but I want you to go into the DJI Mimo app because boy, is there a lot you can do. And first, let's talk about tracking with this gimbal without the app. So no app, it doesn't matter what app you're in, if you're in the Apple app or in the Blackmagic app, you're FaceTiming a friend. Let's get this, we'll keep it in wide mode. By the way, you have an extension in here. If for some reason you don't know that, you have a, I think it's 8.25 inch extension on here to be able to like, you know, do selfies, do high shots, do low to the ground shots, all sorts of stuff. There's so many options that you can do with this, but let's get this right. Oh boy, microphone. There we go. Okay, you are now behind my camera in the Apple app. You are not in the DJI Mimo app. Again, you can be in any app with this mobile gimbal and you can track yourself. So right now you can see there's a red light on the tracker, but all I need to do is kind of get myself where I want to be, hold my hand up, and that light turns green. So now that it's green, no matter where I move, the camera is going to follow me and keep me framed up in that spot. So it's very, very simple to do, to start and stop. To stop it, I just hold my hand up and it stops. So now I can walk around, I can do different things in the shot, have a more kind of locked off shot. And again, when I want to track myself again, I go like this. Now let's say that you're like, oh, I don't want to be center framed in this shot. I want to be kind of off to one side of it. Well, you can reframe yourself. And to reframe yourself, you are going to hold up 2 L's, kind of like a field goal here. That light is going to turn yellow. So you'll see right now, I am not being tracked. It's waiting for me to find my new composition. I can go to this side. Now I'm on the thirds. I give it the field goal sign again. That goes back to green. And again, it is tracking me, but this time it's keeping me on that third line. So no matter where I go, no matter how far it's tracking me, it's going to keep me on that third line. Again, if I want to center myself up, I give it the field goal again, move back to the middle, and field goals again. Now I'm framed again, beautiful, and I'm tracking. So this works horizontally, vertically, no matter what app you are in, this gimbal can track you. Okay, as far as a quick start guide goes, I think you are set up. You're filming things, you are tracking things. Oh, let's hook up some audio. Let's get some audio hooked up. Where's my minis at? DJI mic minis. super stinking simple to pair these to this. And again, no matter what app I'm using, because it is paired via this USB-C cable, the phone is going to receive it as its audio. So this, instead of having to use the receiver that comes with the DJI Mic Mini, this little tracker bit is the audio receiver. And I don't think I am paired currently, so let's get this one turned on. Blinking green means that I'm on, and I'm going to press and hold the link button on my microphone until it is now flashing blue and green. And then there's a link button on this little bit. I'm gonna press and hold that until this guy starts flashing. And now I am blue, which means that this microphone is now the audio for this gimbal. And now the audio is going to wirelessly beam from here to this receiver and into your phone. Again, in the Apple Camera app. And now you can see, no matter where I go, I'm tracking myself with this gimbal setup, and the audio is coming from this lav. So you can hear the microphone that is right next to my camera, which is the main microphone that I use in this studio setup, but you also hear the lav mic. And the lav mic is obviously much, much better if you are walking around, you're doing something over here, you're trying to talk to camera, maybe I'm showing you something back here, having a lav on you, incredibly helpful. And that is your quick start guide. How to use it, how to link things up. Let's go over some questions from the last video. The first one up is a great review question. Can I use the magnetic clamp in a phone with a case on it? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of has like little wedges, and those wedges have like angles on them. Well, when your phone is not in a case, the wedges like really go all the way over your phone and like really hang on to it. If I put my phone in this case, which is my normal case, I'll admit it's not the thinnest case out there. Like it adds quite a bit of beef. Now they're kind of just pressing into the side of the phone, which it does hold and it does work, but much less secure. Do it without the case. I think it's better. Okay, next up is, I would like to see a video of you using this gimbal with a DJI Action 5 camera. That's not a thing. Like, this whole gimbal, like the whole setup, that's like just specifically for this phone clamp. Clicks on here. There is no way, even if you, wait, there you go, hello. There's no way to put an Action 5 on here, nor do you need to put an Action 5 on a gimbal. An Action 5 looks like it's on a gimbal, even when it's not on a gimbal. Does the tracking work if you move around the room and are not facing the camera? That's interesting. So let's go, same thing, I'll do it in the Apple app, so we know that we're not using like the apps, the Mimo's features here. Beautiful. Okay, back into the Apple app. I'm going to hold my hand up. Now we are tracking. I'm walking around. I'm now not looking. Not looking. Is it still tracking me? Is it? I'm not looking at the camera. Is it tracking me back and forth? Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I was almost positive. So it's not using your face to track you at all. It's basically just seeing that you are a person, and then it's going to track you as a person. So whether you're facing the camera or not, it's going to track you. Now, this gimbal has a feature that even the RS4 Mini can't do, and that's object tracking. This can just track objects because of the app. So when you're in the Mimo app, I can draw a green box around anything, and then this will track it no matter what it is. So if I was trying to get like really cool B-roll of like a camera, I could just pull this up in the app, draw a green box around it, and then as I move, the gimbal is just gonna stay locked onto it to get those like really smooth, buttery, like framed up perfectly and really nice tracking shots. Okay, next up is, seems like you're worried about showing your hands because it will stop or start tracking, or you just feel comfortable holding them behind you. I do walk like this a lot, but in this case, like I said earlier, showing your hands too much to this thing is an issue. Yeah, if you are talking with your hands, mainly if you pause them. If you're moving them around a lot, watch this, there we go. Just watch the red light. So if I'm moving them around a lot, no problem. Moving them, you're talking, you chat. But if you make a point like this and you pause for just a second, it gets you. So it's the pause that starts and stops the tracking. So my hands are moving, no issues, no issue. But then I go, now listen, see there. As soon as you slow them down, they get you. Yeah, so if you talk with your hands, yeah, tracking is an issue. In your review, you specifically say that it can track and record in Apple's iOS native camera app. However, others are refuting that claim. Well, we've already done it like 5 times, and you can see that others are wrong. Does it work well with Google Pixel? Are all lenses used? Can we use the zoom buttons in all apps? Multiple things here. Does it work well with the Google Pixel? Yes, because again, it's not even using your camera to track really. Like it's just using this piece to do the tracking. So it's not relying on the phone at all. So it doesn't matter which app or which lens of my iPhone I'm using, it can track because this is the thing that's doing the tracking. Now, can we use all the zoom buttons? No. On the 7P, the zoom button is this little dial here, and this dial, while you are in the DJI Mimo app, can act either as manual focus or zoom. So if I press it once, it switches from zoom to manual focus, and now I'm actually focusing with this little wheel. Press it again, now I'm back to zoom, and I zoom between the lenses using this little thing, but that only works within the DJI Mimo app. If I'm in any other app, this little dial does nothing. There's a lot of benefits that you'll find when you're using this of shooting in the app. If I'm using this, I'm almost always in the Mimo app just because there's way more features that I can access and everything really comes to life. Okay, second to last question. Great update. Are you implying that the Mic 2 transmitter also works with the module? I wasn't at the time because at launch, no, wait, where's my mics? At launch, the DJI Mic 2, like one of the most popular microphones that there's ever been, did not work with this. Only the minis worked, but in early April, we got a firmware update. And yes, now the DJI Mic 2 pairs perfectly to the Osmo Mobile 7, the 7P, because it's got to have this little bit. The 7 does not have the tracker bit. The 7P has the tracker bit, and the 7P has the extension bit. This is not on the 7 either. So for all of you that were upset that this did not work with this at launch, now it does. Okay, the very last question. This or the Pocket 3? This or the Pocket 3 for travel specifically? That is a question that I will save for another video because I kind of think that would be a really fun video. I mean, size-wise, you can see the difference already, but we'll answer that in a video coming up hopefully very soon. See ya. Well, that's a big fly. Holy cow. That thing's giant. Where's my racket? Oh, I'm gonna get you, buddy. Holy cow. It's like as big as a marble. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's fine. I shocked the crap out of him and he's still flying. He's probably a little stunned.